One of the first questions that we get in a lot of our church trainings especially is how we begin to share the gospel with Muslims. And it's a fair question that oftentimes when we think about people groups that seem to have such a different experience culturally than ours, we often wonder how we might even begin to share what we consider good news when it's already so commonplace to us, but we're so culturally foreign from our neighbors. One of the ways at Global City Mission that we've thought about trying to reach out to Muslims is that rather than placing ourselves in the position of a teacher and as an authority, why don't we respect and honor the spiritual capacity that our Muslim neighbors already have to understand God and the gospel? And why don't we enter into a conversation with them that allows us both maybe to read the gospel with fresh eyes? And what this looks like practically, we talk about is honor evangelism. I'll be sitting with a Muslim friend that I know to be a very devout religious person. And so I'll say something to him like, after getting to know you, I can see the devotion you have to your faith and to honoring God. One of the things that Isa, which is Jesus in Arabic, one of the things that Isa said is that only the person with the right kind of ears can understand and interpret the gospel for other people. And with the devotion that I see you have about faith and about trying to understand the laws of God, I think that you would be the kind of person who would understand the stories in the Injil, which is Arabic for gospel, and be able to explain them to the people. And so I say to my friend, if you feel like you're this kind of person, would it be all right if I told you one of the stories from the Injil that can be very confusing to understand, and maybe you could explain what you think it means so I can understand it better? And if my friend is receptive, which people usually are when you honor them in this way, they say, of course, tell me the story from the Injil. I would love to explain to you what I think it means. And so at this point, we just begin to share parables with our Muslim friends, because that's exactly what parables are. They're meant to be reflected on and digested and interpreted to see, what does it mean that the kingdom of God is like this? How is the kingdom of God like a mustard seed? How is the kingdom of God like a woman looking for a lost coin? And so we share these stories with our Muslim neighbors and say, help me understand, what does this mean? What is God trying to teach me through this story? What is Isa trying to say about God and what God's kingdom is? And in this way, we open the door for a relationship because of the respect and the honor that we show our neighbors without in any way sacrificing the integrity of the message of the gospel. And at Global City Mission, it's this kind of imaginative but respectful and honoring evangelism that we want to do with our neighbors, both here and around the world.